everyone, welcome to Tina Makes It Happen. This channel will talk about a lot of different topics, so let me know in the comment section if there's something you wish us to talk about, This will not always be a channel about the Ninja Foodi, but I love the Ninja Foodi, so I want to just share some tips and tricks that I have learned. So there'll be a couple of little Ninja Foodi videos sprinkled about this channel. So today we're going to make restaurant quality white rice in the Ninja Foodi. I have the 9-in-1 machine. So whether you have the 8-quart version like me or the 4-quart version, this recipe will work for you. So just make sure that if you have a different brand, that your pressure cooker at least has the option to be able to saute prior to putting it in pressure mode. If your machine only does pressure cooking, then this trick won't work for you. Okay, so first things first, we're going to decide how much rice do we want to make. So just keep in mind that what you need is 1 cup of water per 1 cup of rice ratio. For example, I'm going to make my usual amount, which is 7 cups of rice. I will add 7 cups of water to the machine. Now that I have it plugged in, I'm going to set it in the saute mode and at medium. And then I'm going to add those 7 cups of water. I have this nifty little Brita filter container on hand for the water, but I fill it up with my reverse osmosis filter. So it's not really the Brita filter, which I realized later on in life does nothing. But the container is really nice and nifty to have. So after we get those 7 cups of water into the machine, we're going to add, for the 7 cups portion, 1 tablespoon of salt and a swirl of olive oil, which is about 2 tablespoons if you need a specific measurement. Then we're gonna mix it all up and wait for it to boil. This is a very important part of this because it's gonna prevent the rice from having that disproportionate feel with the oil either building up in certain areas or this taste. I call it salt water taste. Like, when you take cold water or warm water for that matter, like your doctor tells you to do some salt water rinses. That's what this tastes like if you don't follow this process. That's what I have found anyways, that the rice tastes like if you just put all the ingredients in and then put it in pressure cooker mode right away. So this is the trick that I discovered that allows the rice to taste like rice. Okay, so now that the water is boiling, we're going to add the rice. And we're going to add 7 cups of rice because I added 7 cups of water. Just note, if you're making a smaller amount, 1 tablespoon of salt is equivalent to about 3 teaspoons, right? So just make sure to adjust the salt and the oil to the amount that you end up making. Okay, so now we're gonna stir this all up and wait for it to boil together. Give it about a minute or two just so that the rice and the water can incorporate itself into it. You're gonna know it's ready to switch into the pressure cooker mode because after about a minute or two, you're gonna see this nice little frosty white water on top. And that you taste. Just give it a little taste just to make sure that it's the right amount of salt for you. 1 tablespoon I find for 7 cups of rice, it's more than suffice. But I know some people have different tastes of what they like with salt. So I'll leave that to you guys if you want to put more salt in that, but definitely taste the water and make sure that it has enough salt to your taste. Okay, so there is that white frosty look that I was talking about. See, it has little particles of the olive oil all fully incorporating itself. It's actually becoming a part of the rice and the water, so it's not separate any longer. So once you see that, this is a good indicator that you can now switch it to pressure cooker mode. So we're gonna end the saute mode and we're gonna move it on up to pressure cooker mode. We're gonna put it on high for 2 minutes and then do a natural release for 10 minutes. After the natural release for 10 minutes, then we're gonna do a quick release for any remaining steam. Make sure that when you put the lid on the machine, you have it in the valve, the pressure valve, in the seal, on the seal side. So after the 2 minutes are done, you're gonna see that it went from a count down to a count up, right? So the machine is gonna say the words warm on it and it's gonna be counting up. That means everything is going perfectly fine. So now you're gonna let it count up to 10 minutes. Once it gets to 10 minutes, then you're gonna do the quick release of any remaining steam that the rice has. And you want to make sure to do this at the 10-minute mark. Don't wait, don't lose track of time, because your rice can overcook in this machine. And then it's going to become a little mushy. But do pay attention to the time frame because it will make a difference. So after the 10 minutes are up, we're going to do a quick release now. And like I said, the machine's going to be hot, so use a towel or whatever you use for hot items to switch the machine to release the steam. You can pull the valve out to the right towards the release side, and then it will stay popped up a little bit so that the steam can just release on its own. You don't have to hold it like I'm holding it here. I just held it because I was wearing my barbecue gloves that are really long and they withstand high temperatures. So I love to use those gloves for my Ninja Foodi. Then we are going to open up the lid once the steam is released and the indicator, silver little bullet thing to the right, has dropped down. Remember that once it's, like I said, this is going to be hot, so when you open the lid, there's going to be condensation that has formed inside. Be careful of that, and open it slowly and like just turn it up a little bit so that all that water doesn't go everywhere. You don't want to burn yourself with hot scalding water. Just put that on the sink. And now we just turn the rice. So we turn the rice and it's ready to serve. And there you have it. Restaurant quality rice in the Ninja Foodi. Just note, if you have a lot of fans of rice in your household, like I do in my house, 7 cups of rice is not as much as it seems. It only lasts about 3 days in my house. Enjoy!